What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian Whyte, Oscar Rivas. This is the official fight study between these two guys and the prediction. Okay. First of all, we have Dillian Whyte, 6'4", 78-inch reach. He has 25 wins, 1 loss, and 18 by KO. Versus Oscar Rivas, 6 foot tall, 67.5-inch reach, 32 years of age, similar in age, 26 wins, no losses, 18 by KO. Now, it's almost they have the identical record, an identical record. Of course, there's a big difference in opposition professionally, okay? One thing I need to add, though, Rivas is one of those guys that he's a sleeping giant, I feel. He's one of those guys, if he has the opportunity or given the opportunity, I think he's going to give it his best shot. I see Rivas being the better boxer. I think that this fight will explain a lot. This fight will show a lot who's who in the heavyweight division. Because what we're finding out is a lot of these new fighters, these up-and-coming fighters, they're a lot more dangerous and more than meets the eye, okay, than a lot of people think they are. A lot of people will blow a new fighter off. Oh, they haven't had the experience. Well, they're getting the experience, and they're showing what they're worth. And I think with Dillian Whyte, his keys to victory is simply go in there, use his size. He's a bigger guy, and beat him up, just like he said he would do to Alexander Usyk. I think he should do that to Rivas, because if he tries to box and take it and pace it, Rivas has him, bar none. He will outbox Dillian Whyte. I don't know if he can knock out Dillian Whyte, but he will outbox him if he does that. Dillian Whyte has to come in, simply beat him up, rough him up, beat him up, use his size, because Rivas, I think, beats Dillian Whyte. And here's the thing about Dillian Whyte. I think Dillian Whyte will lose. There, I've said it. I think Dillian Whyte will lose. He will be upset by Rivas, because Rivas is a guy that's focused on the opponent and ahead of him. Whyte is not. Whyte cannot be. Whyte is that guy that is worried about the WBC. He's worried about Deontay Wilder. He's worried about people fucking him over. He's mad at everybody. So I think that his focus is split. And because his focus is split, I don't think that he can give 100% to this fight. I do believe that. I think Rivas is 100% ready. I think Dillian Whyte is probably about 72% ready, because that he's as ready as he can be in his current situation with all the other shit going on. You know? And so that's a hard thing. That's a hard pill to swallow when you do have the WBC trying to fuck you over, and then they finally get it right, you know? But have you took that time mentally to prepare yourself? You know, I'm pretty sure, Dillian Whyte gets into shape. He's able to whip himself back into shape pretty easily. But I do notice in between fights, he does get a little heavy, And what really opened my eyes with Dillian Whyte was when he was not prepared to take that Anthony Joshua fight. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, well, if you knew that date was in advance, why the hell weren't you training in December? Right after Chisora, he could have done exactly what Ruiz did. Took 1 week off and got his ass right back into the gym. Not come over here and spectate and check shit out and celebrate. No, because he knew his revenge could have came at that time in Wembley. And he could have changed the whole dynamic of the heavyweight division at this point, but he didn't, because he wasn't ready. So that leads me to believe Dillian Whyte is that guy that he doesn't really think of head, right? And in this case, I think he's looking too much of ahead and past Rivas. Even though he says it's not what a person says, it's what a person does, And I can imagine a lot of energy is being put into worrying about other fights, like Wilder, calling out Fury, calling out and blasting the WBC. I've seen his media workout tapes. They look good. He looks impressive. Now he is getting better. The question is, how much better is he really getting? That's the question you ask yourself. Like, okay, Dillian Whyte is getting better. He's developing as a professional fighter. Meanwhile, you got versus a guy that was a superb amateur fighter, right? He lost to Michael Hunter, but he beat Andy Ruiz by a lopside, okay? 16-4. That's a heavy count. So that shows you that he can box, and we all know Ruiz can box, okay? So he beat Pulev too. So this guy is a guy that with this opportunity, he has this shot to make, and if he can beat Dillian Whyte, he can get that fight that he dreamed of fighting Deontay Wilder. That's if Deontay Wilder can get past two other fighters. But he will be in line to do that. And I hope I'm wrong about Dillian Whyte. Don't get me wrong. I like Dillian Whyte. I like the liking. I like the body snatch. He talks a lot of shit. He says what's on his mind, right? He reminds me of of our president. Just says whatever the hell comes to his mind. That's him. You know, and you got to respect Dillian Whyte for doing that. He does that. But I think in this case, he has too much on his plate, too much pressure, and not enough focus. I think that. And I think Rivas doesn't have all this pressure. He doesn't have all this weight that's weighing down on him. Okay? He doesn't have these problems. He's here for a fight. Like he explained yesterday, dude, I'm here to fight. Fuck if it's the diamond belt, the pearl belt, or whatever the position. I'm here to win a fight. I'm undefeated, and I intend to be 27-0 by tomorrow. That is the objective of Rivas. No pressure, but he has lots of focus, you can tell. That's why, guys, I am looking for an upset, right? Because of this fact, because of these two facts. Rivas will have to work to get inside, though, which I think he'll do. Work behind his jab, set up his left hook, followed by the right hand. In turn, Dillian Whyte, because he's going to have to. Because once Dillian Whyte, the first 2 or 3 rounds, once that happens, Dillian Whyte, when he finds out I cannot outbox this guy, he's going to come in and beat him up. Fuck it, let's fight. And that's what's going to happen with Dillian Whyte. And let's see if the rough house tactics can actually work. But Rivas is going to use his size, being a smaller guy. He will. He's going to use his side to turn. Manny Pacquiao said it best. Use your smallness as an advantage. Rivas is going to do that. He's going to be, 215, 220 coming in? Maybe. Not about 225, I think Rivas is. He's not that small. He's a big guy. He's put on some pounds over the years, but, he's definitely the smaller guy, shorter guy, So, yeah, this is going to be a fight, and it's definitely going to be a test for these guys. The only thing I can see is Dillian Whyte going for the kill, just fighting this guy and catching him with something to hurt him so he can put him out. Because what I learned about Dillian Whyte, though, Dillian Whyte is a vicious finisher. Look what he did to Lucas Brown. Like he explained, he set up that left hook. So if he can get that left hook, if he can get that left hook landing, it's heavyweight division, people. Ask Deontay Wilder. All it takes is one punch. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But as far as boxing IQ, experience in the ring overall, Oscar Rivas all day. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this fight study. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.